Forgive me, Master Aldenon. I'm afraid I do not understand.
Very well. Let us set aside the broader metaphor of the stone and narrow our attention to the fact that it has been cleft in two, which, while not a fact, is a smaller metaphor than the first. You see, at first glance, the two halves both appear as separate stones, but they were both once one stone, yet not. Do you follow?
Ah, welcome. I was just speaking with Master Aldenon concerning one of the prisoners you recovered from Garius, a woman, but not of Neverwinter or Luskan, or even perhaps this plane of existence. The prisoner has asked for you, personally. I was hoping you might be able to help us out concerning her identity, or her intentions. Aldenon has a theory, but I'm afraid...
If you both would simply listen! The comparison to a rock, a big rock, is a simple one, almost perfect. This prisoner you have, it seems that she is of the same stone as the Githyanki, but yet she is not. You see, both were once one people. At one time, even though time is a very difficult thing to measure depending on the plane, and that's not counting time in the astral plane or on...
Forgive me, Aldenon, is this prisoner a threat or not?
Oh, I don't know that. I do know that the Gitzerai and the Githyanki have been in a state of war for millennia. It is common knowledge.
Of course, an oversight on my part.
So, I should think if your young lieutenant here, well met again by the way, you seem to be everywhere, is hunted by the Githyanki, then the Gitzerai and this Gitzerai prisoner would be allies by default. But I could be mistaken. I suppose we could see if she tries to kill any of us, but that test has numerous procedural flaws in its execution, if you will pardon the semantics. She seemed reasonable enough when we spoke together in Crossroad Keep, but there was a foot of stone between us, which is notoriously hard for a blade to cut through to kill someone on the other side. And speaking of Crossroad Keep, I am rather anxious to return there, so if you would both excuse me, I will set out there at once to see if we can dig anything out of the library there. Good day, and I hope the prisoner doesn't attempt to kill you. She didn't seem the type, but you know how assassins are.
Despite the advice of Master Aldenon, I think it would be best if you simply spoke to the prisoner and let this matter sort itself out, without further speculation.
I felt your presence before my eyes fell upon you. Kalakcha, step forward. Let me look upon you. Allied with those whose will echoes Gith's hatred? I trust you meant no insult, Kalakcha. I have no blade to your throat, yet the Githyanki would sooner kill you than speak to you. No, that is the reverse of the direction my people travel. Know this name our enemies have draped upon you. This Kalakcha. Its sound travels far, even reaching the ears of my people. At first, my people thought our enemies had erred, that they did not know that of which they speak. But here, now, as you stand in my presence, I see the truth. I did not think it possible, but the key by which you may know yourself lies within you. I know much of the problems that beset your people and mine. The reason behind these attacks upon your heart and home. You will have no greater ally in this than I. In exchange for my aid, it is my will I be freed, so that I might travel with you and aid you against these enemies. This cell is abhorrent to me. It is a shackle of stone encasing me. It causes memories of the ways of the Illithids to surface in my mind. I have borne this indignity because I knew that it would bring you to me, and a greater truth will be known.
I heard you were here. You fought bravely, and we took them almost completely by surprise. You are to be commended, both for your efforts and the lives spared this day. Had you not been there, we would have many less brave men standing with us today, along with what may be the key to taking this battle to our enemies.
In freeing me, know you have gained more than you ever would have torn from the lips and thoughts of our enemies.
Then speak. Aldenon does not think you are allied with these enemies, these Githyanki, and his word carries weight with me, fortunately for you.
Then know the trade between us is this. Release me from this prison. Let my path become that of the Kalakcha. In return, I will grant you the knowing of this threat, and all the darkness its shadow casts.
We promise an honest hearing, and if your tale rings true, we will grant your freedom.
Then listen to me, and know this threat for what it is. But we cannot do it here, in this prison, where my words echo, and the shadows fall thick around us.
And why should we allow your freedom until we hear what you have to say?
Because if you deny me that, then anything I can do to aid you will prove useless. I seek to know this plane, this world that I am to help you save, and to speak honestly to it, so that it might hear what strikes at its heart. And that means that I must see your lands, what you would spill blood for, and what you have spilled blood for.
Then I know of just the place where you can see what we fight for. Make your way back to Crossroad Keep as soon as you are able. I shall meet you there.
What is your will? I will hear you. These shards, they are pieces of the blade of Gith. This blade was believed lost. Now it has been found in you. This you know. Each shard contains a resonance within it, a power that you can unlock to strengthen your will. With the ritual of purification, know that these two things may be enough to defeat the King of Shadows. When we have gathered enough, the knowing of healing the blade shall come soon after, and it will require great courage from you. If it is your will that you would know more, narrow your question, and I shall answer. The people, the Githzerai, have made their home upon the shifting plane of limbo. There, thought becomes matter, and we are trained from birth to sharpen our thoughts and our purpose. Cities are built from our thoughts, as all else that encircles us is chaos. We live within the chaos of these planar currents, with only our knowing and our will to preserve us. Your question strikes deep into history, and know that what you ask has an answer of many years. This is not the time to speak of it, and it is not my will you know this. If it is your will that you would know more, narrow your question, and I shall answer. Azurth is one who speaks the word of Zerthamon. Azurth protects the community from threats to the body or mind. Azurth focuses the wills of others by using the knowing of our people's history and beliefs to remove doubt, and heal one's will through the words of Zerthamon. That title would apply, yes. But while we hold the words of Zerthamon to be of importance, we do not worship him as your people do the gods of this plane. Doubt is the doorway through which attackers will come. Not just beasts, such as the Illithids, but other predators. Doubt is how our people were once lost, and it is an emotion that is deadly on our home plane. The plane of limbo, where we have made our home, is a plane of chaos, an unsculpted sea of matter. Matter that cannot be shaped by tool or hand, but only takes form through one's thought. Many minds united may create citadels no enemy may breach. But if one doubts, then the walls that surround our communities will be as nothing. Yes, and that is why focus is important. No one wishes the tragedy of Shrocket to be visited upon our people again. The words of Zerthamon provide this focus, and it is the purpose of Azurth to pass along his knowledge to our people. Zerthamon founded our race. He knew the Githzerai before they knew themselves. When our people were in danger of losing their wills to the way of the Illithids a second time, he was the one who centered us and met Gith's treachery with his own blade. It is not my will to speak of this more. It is a chapter of our history that has lasted millennia, and it is difficult to recount. If it is your will that you would know more, narrow your question, and I shall answer. Know that there are many who would know the answer to that question. If my people moved against the King of Shadows, know the conflict would be over, and it would end in the destruction of all our peoples. Yours, the Githzerai, and the Githyanki. If we entered this conflict, the Githyanki would turn upon us. and with his opposition divided, the King of Shadows would destroy us both. Whatever hatred exists between the Githyanki and the King of Shadows is a dim flame to the hatred the Githyanki bear my people. It is not a thing of reason. Know the Githyanki will not listen, and know that neither will my people. If there is any hope of meeting the King of Shadows and defeating him, it lies with you. I have known many heroes before they knew themselves. I knew Shardas's heart, whose mercy turned aside Vilquar's blade at Sargassa's end. I knew Olis's sacrifice before he gave his mind, filled with well-crafted lies, to turn aside the plans of the Illithids and shield us from a third war. And the tale of Dakan is known to all Zerths, when his loss of faith shattered the walls of Shrak-at-Lor, and finally, when he came to know himself again at the pronouncement of 2 deaths as 1. So when you ask if I think you can save us all, know that I have seen others with your will move the plains themselves and turn aside war. Trust this. Trust yourself, and even the King of Shadows will fall. Among my people, we hold belief, the ability to focus one's will, as a powerful thing. It is said that sometimes belief can stave off death, and if that is possible, I think belief in you is not so unlikely. I must believe you can defeat the King of Shadows, and I believe that more strongly than any who walk upon your plane, and because I refuse to believe in the alternative. I will hear you. Know that the path that led to me being chained is a twisted one, and the citadel that is now yours, Crossroad Keep, was not my destination. I journeyed to your plane to see the actions of the Githyanki with my own eyes. This plane, this Faerun, is often in their thoughts and in their speech. I observed them. The Githyanki are hunters and they rarely release their prey. Yet it was the name of the prey they sought that first brought the matter to my people. It was said the Githyanki hunted the Kalakcha. Such a hunt must be confirmed with the eyes and cannot simply be trusted to words traded from one to another. Yes, my feet shadowed the path of the Githyanki, but we were both prey of another. In my shame, I did not see Shadow until it was too late. They took me, perhaps not recognizing the differences between our people, and chained me within Crossroad Keep. That is not known to me. Whatever their intent, it was done in the service of the King of Shadows. Your attack on the ritual and the claiming of this citadel, however, will only be to our benefit in the battle to come. I am observing you, yes, and whatever my eyes see, I shall pass along to my people and my allies in time, if it shall aid our cause. I would not consider my presence to be an obstacle to you. I am here to aid you. I know you are the only one who can prevent what is to come. I will hear you. And by doing so, what would that prove to both of us, Kalakcha? That I am no different than the Githyanki that hound you? That I am careless of life like the Illithids? Know that that is not my will. Know that there are greater truths and strengths than what seems the quickest way. That is the way of the people of Gith, not the way of my people. Such acts fall in circles upon themselves, and what would seem a victory would only be our undoing. I believe there is a reason the shard lies in your heart, and not in the hands of the Githyanki, Kalakcha, and I will see that reason come to pass with my own eyes. I will hear you. The translation is a crude one, but it is Shard-Bearer. It is not a word, it is a title. They call you the Shard-Bearer, this Kalakcha, because you carry a piece of Gith's blade within you, near the heart, and you have always borne it close to you. I will hear you. That is not unknown to me, nor is it a surprise. A Githzerai is one of the people. Know that many lifetimes would go by before I recited but one of the annals of our people. If it is your will that you would know more, narrow your question, and I shall answer.
It's seen better days, and will again. This keep was destroyed during the war with the King of Shadows. It was a dark time for Neverwinter, but we persevered, as you have this day. I have brought you back here under orders, for Lord Nasher has a new task for you, and perhaps our guest can see what it is you'll be fighting for in the coming days. These people you see around you, they are now yours to command as you see fit. You are their captain in Neverwinter's service. Make this keep ready for war. Gather troops to your banner, and be prepared to strike when this enemy reveals itself. To help you manage the keep, Lord Nasher has assigned you an officer, Kana, and Master Vidal has been contracted to help you rebuild the keep and the surrounding area. You are the master of this keep now. You have earned it through service and blood, and you have earned my trust, and that of Lord Nasher. This is your land. Defend it, for the sake of your people and the sake of Neverwinter.
Look, even now shadows fall upon this plain, yet still its beauty persists. It is not surprising to me that our enemies wish to mar this place with their blades and their war. Know this. The first glimpses of this conflict you have seen are not the first. They are but glimpses of things that travel well into the past and the present. It is all part of a greater war. A war almost as great as the one that split my people on the Sword of Gith long ago. And the tragedy is tied to such a blade. These shadows you see, there is a lord who dwells in darkness with them, and he has fought on this plane before against those who have embraced Gith's hatred, the Githyanki. This lord and the Githyanki, it is difficult to know the true hatred between them. He attacked them long ago, attempted to cast his shadows upon their fortresses in the plains beyond. The fighting was terrible, fierce, and it was only through the deaths of thousands of Githyanki that this King of Shadows was driven back. But no matter how many countless thousands of their people they lost, they were only capable of severing the portal through which he could attack them. And so, the Githyanki were denied a victory and forestalled their war for a time. But know that the Githyanki do not forget their enemies. And though the King of Shadows had been driven back, still they sought a way to reach him, to kill him. And as terrible as knowing the followers of Gith hunt for you, even more dangerous is this lord, this King of Shadows. Know that I will aid you if I can, but it may already be too late. The King of Shadows was not always tied to darkness, and that is part of the tragedy. His will was once devoted to an ancient empire, to the protection of its people. He was once the light of Ilfarn, empowered with the strength to protect them from their enemies, and he was bound to the natural magics of the plane, the weave. But as much as a ritual created the guardian that was to be Shadow, there is a ritual that will unmake him. It is a ritual of purification, designed to allow him peace when his days of sacrifice are done and the Empire needs him no longer. If the ritual does exist, it lies within the ruined Ilfarn city of Arvon. It is there you must go to purify yourself and gain the strength for the battle ahead. I have marked the location upon your map. Know that this path is a dangerous one. Even the people of Ilfarn, as powerful as they were unable to defeat the King of Shadows. But know that this ritual of purification and the blade of our enemies are the only chance of success in this. He can already make his presence felt beyond his chains. The advantage is his. If you cannot strike at an enemy, know your battle is already lost. You doubt me, and that is because you do not know me. You need allies, Kalakcha, not more enemies and doubt to divide you. For in dividing the mind, you divide the battlefield and you cut your strength in half. I am a Zerth, and I swear upon the circle of Zerthamon that what I speak to you I know to be true. And know that your life is as precious to me as it is for the followers of Gith to end it. And this king, know that he threatens us all. This title of Kalakcha, do you know it? You wear that title because the name knows you, even if you do not know it yourself. But let me speak my thought plainly, without circles of meaning. They call you the Shard-bearer, this Kalakcha, because you carry a piece of Gith's blade within you, near the heart, and you have always borne it close to you. It was once said that Gith's blade, once drawn, would never find a scabbard again. And now it is sheathed within you. It sings, and they can hear it as I hear it, whispering all the hate of Gith and the war she sought to bring to the plains. A war that would have ended us all if Zerthamon had not met her blade with his at the pronouncement of two skies. The Githyanki and my people are tied in a way by such a weapon. And now that weapon is you. Know that you are the only one who can reforge Gith's blade and use it once more in a battle. A battle that will free your lands and people from an evil even greater than the evil the Illithid sought to bring upon my people. There is no other. And if the title of Kalakcha displeases you, then know that you must make another title. And perhaps your name shall be the battle cry by which this ancient enemy, this King of Shadows, will be defeated. I make this pronouncement to you, greater than the bond of two deaths as one, with a strength that echoes the pronouncement of two skies. I make the pronouncement of three in darkness, two in light. As the two of us shall meet this king in his fortress, it shall become a battle of three. And when it is over, the two of us shall walk in the light and you will taste true freedom, just as Gith and Zerthamon did when they broke the will of the Illithid at Sagrasa's end. It is my life I am giving you, Kalakcha, and I ask that you let me share your path with you. Then we shall speak no more of it, now that my vow is spoken. Now we must travel to the ruins of the culture of Ilfarn, and there undergo the rituals you will need to arm your spirit against the King of Shadows. I have marked the location of the city on your map. There we shall find what we seek and complete the ritual of purification. What is your will? The ritual of purification was the means by which the Empire of Ilfarn sought to protect itself from that which was supposed to protect it. It may seem to be a reason that feeds on itself, but such an act was believed necessary. The ritual of purification was a safety ward. Ilfarn had many enemies, and to defend against these enemies, they created a powerful construct, a guardian. Their wisdom mirrored their power. They recognized that they would need means of protecting themselves should the guardian turn on them. Yes, it is said that by undergoing the ritual, one may be able to unmake the guardian. The King of Shadows was born from the form of the guardian. Unmaking the guardian will wound the King of Shadows, and perhaps unmake him as well. But the ruins of ancient Ilfarn will tell you more as we progress. The ritual shall give you the weapons and the knowing of how to defeat our foe better than my words will. Know that the territories on your empire are drawn over old lines, and where once this coast of swords was, there was another empire, many turnings ago. This empire had many citadels, many temples, many sacred places. They remain sacred still, and they hold an important piece of our struggle. We must journey to these Ilfarn ruins. There, the ritual must be performed.